All right, let's talk about Dave Matthews. I've been droning on and on and on about how much I love the new Nathaniel Rateliff album, and it is amazing, and I think it's the best album of the year. But as far as albums I'm looking forward to, it is this one right here from the Dave Matthews Band. We just got the word on when they're going to be releasing their next piece of music. It'll be their 9th studio record. Cannot believe DMB is up to 9 now. And we have an album title. It is called Come Tomorrow. I can't believe it has been 6 years since they released Away from the World. I am shocked by that. I feel like I'm still getting to know that record. But it was a chart topper in 2012. Away from the World was good. It's been 6 years since. Come Tomorrow, we now know we'll get on June 8th via RCA Records. We do not know the track list for the LP, but we do know a whole bunch of information. First thing I want to point out, we're checking out a photo of the band in the studio. It is the first time I've ever seen a publicity shot from Dave Matthews Band without Boyd Tinsley in it. It's kind of crazy to think that Boyd's not going to be a part of this band moving forward. I don't know exactly what happened. I'm sure there are some hardcore... The one thing I learned about Dave Matthews Band fans is every one of them thinks they know the band personally, and some of them actually do, and some of them actually know some more stuff. I'm not really sure, but, a while ago, it was back in February, I think, when Boyd said that he was going to be taking some time away from the group. It was actually in a tweet. He said, quote, "I need to take a breath from the band and touring to focus on my family and my health for a while." So I don't know if he's going through something medically or someone in his family is, or he's just fatigued and tired from touring for 25 plus years. But Boyd is not going to be a part of the upcoming tour. That's all he said, that he was taking a break from the band and touring. I don't know. And by the way, by February, the band was well into the record and the recording. So I don't know how much of Boyd Tinsley is actually going to be on Come Tomorrow. We may have to wait and see. There is another band member that's going to be on there, which I'm really excited about. But first, just addressing this photo, it's kind of, and you guys on the radio will see this when we post it up. It's kind of crazy to see, the band without Boyd Tinsley in there. It's very, very strange. It was like those first couple of times we saw the band without Leroy Moore after he passed, and on some publicity shots and everything, it just felt like something was missing. And now it feels like something even bigger is missing, but, they still got Coffin in there. Tim Reynolds is obviously now a firm member of the band, and it's kind of cool just to see an updated shot of them. They recorded the record in Seattle, Los Angeles, and in Charlottesville, Virginia, where they have a studio. Different this time around for the band. The producer has always been a point of contention for them ever since the Lillywhite sessions and Steve Lillywhite was let go. They actually worked with numerous producers on this one. John Alagia, who helmed Remember Two Things and their EP recently and a couple of live EPs, is a producer on this record. Rob Evans, who was an engineer behind 2005 Stand Up and Big Whiskey and the Grugux King. Rob Cavallo, who produced Big Whiskey and worked on them with a bunch of other things. And also Mark Batson comes back. He produced Stand Up, hip-hop producer. Honestly, some real interesting works on that album for me, but I think by far the weakest DMB album. Still some great stuff. Still some stuff I still listen to that I like. I like that he tried to get the band into this like looping thing, kind of like this hip-hop looping technique. I think it really worked, but overall as a collection of music, look, something has to come in last place, and Stand Up is last place for me. It's still good. I would still put it above a lot of other stuff that's coming out and that has come out, but kind of a weak spot for me for the band. The album is going to go out in conjunction with the tour. We see a lot of bands doing this. It is really sort of the only way you can get record sales these days with how big streaming is. If you buy tickets to their upcoming tour, you will get a copy of the CD included in the ticket price. But that is up till May 17th. So the tour launches May 18th in Texas. If you buy a ticket up till May 17th, you will get a free CD or digital copy of the album upon its release on June 8th. Again, we don't know if Boyd Tinsley is on the record come tomorrow, but we do know, and Mark Batson was the one who revealed this on Instagram, that Leroy Moore, who passed away a number of years ago, has found his way onto this recording, which I think is just extraordinary. On Instagram, Batson said, quote, "Not sure of the final track list, so don't know which songs David will pick for the album. But there is Leroy music on this album. I know at least one song. Again, some of the music was so powerful, people had tears." So that's how he's describing some of the music there, that people were actually in tears while listening in the studio. Kind of cool. The other cool thing that we got is the album artwork. And again, I know if you're listening to this, you can't really see it, but we're looking at it here in the studio. The album artwork, which I thought might have been put together by Dave himself, because he did the Big Whiskey cover, and it kind of looks like his style, is actually from an artist known as Béatrice Coron. And it's a big silhouette work and just really lovely. I noticed a couple of things. When they made their tour announcement, they had a rhino, a black rhino, and that has found its way onto the cover of this album. To describe it to you guys the best way I can, it's kind of like a futuristic jungle Pandora from Avatar / kind of old school Peter Pan, Tarzan with the hanging vines, Neverland sort of thing. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff floating in air balloons. Two people on a double bicycle floating on an air balloon with an elephant on top of that. Another air balloon carrying what looks like a ship, and another air balloon that's carrying what looks like an actual castle. There's a pirate ship on the ground, and people are loading it. If you're, if you have acid flashbacks, I wouldn't suggest staring at the album. But if you're cool, if you're good, it looks like one of those records that actually looks like an old vinyl album that came out in the 70s, where you can kind of look at it and stare at it, and you'll see something new every single time. And also, as you listen to the record and you hear themes, and then you look at the album artwork, and then you kind of see it all kind of coming together, like that natural discovery that we all used to have that we really don't get that much anymore because of streaming. It kind of seems like it has that built into it. So I'm super excited for this. Dave Matthews Band, come tomorrow. If you buy some tickets to their upcoming shows, you get the album included for free, which I'm sure will guarantee them a top spot in the charts once again. And I'm just looking forward to this. Album's going to come out CD, digital, and cassette form. Also, there'll be some vinyl options. And if you pre-order now, you get another disc with 7 bonus songs. They're all live songs that have been previously released in studio form, but not necessarily in a live form from that particular performance. So hardcore DMB fans will love that. They are at Jones Beach on July 17th and PNC Bank Arts Center in New Jersey on the 18th. So DMB coming to town. You still have time to grab tickets. DaveMatthewsBand.com has all the info. Your old pal Ant is excited for some new Dave Matthews. We don't know the track listing. I haven't really seen anything peek out, but I do know their tour starts on the 18th of May. The album comes out on June 8th, and they have confirmed that they are going to be playing some of the new stuff on the album live. So make sure you guys tune in to future episodes here of The Morning Show with Anthony, because I'm sure as they start leaking some of this stuff out in a live setting, we'll have it for you here in preview of the new record. Breaking news regarding the Dave Matthews Band. This is crazy because we just finished our story on Dave Matthews Band, but this is breaking news. This just in, hot off the presses. Replacing Boyd Tinsley in the band for the upcoming tour, Mike Campbell and Neil Fenton. That's crazy. That's honestly, I can't believe it. Especially since neither of them play the violin. That'll be interesting. It's definitely going to be a new sound for Dave Matthews Band. Wouldn't it be funny if Lindsey Buckingham joined Dave Matthews Band? That would be a whole thing.